one thing I've seen like with the whole like low reps versus high reps thing is that the like high reps tend to work better when you're a little bit older, but what sometimes happens is that because of how like painful high reps are, sometimes you finish the set because of like the lactic acid buildup and the discomfort of the higher reps. You finish
Mm.
it with that instead of the actual muscle failing. So like
Uh,
lower reps are more of like an insurance policy that you're actually taking your muscles to failure because they're a lot less painful. So like
yeah.
when you fail, you know you're failing because you're actually failing, not because like you're in so much pain because of how many reps you're having to get through. This is why like in a lot of beginner programs, it's usually like sets of five. Because oftentimes with like really high reps, people don't actually know the difference between like their cardiovascular system giving out or they're giving out because of like the pain of the lactic acid buildup and the burn. So that's also something to keep in mind. But I think you're at a point now where you're experienced enough to know the difference, you know.
Okay.
So I think the higher reps definitely works better. I also just made a video about that, like in terms of how like some of the key things to get more out of less weight. And like some of the things are like controlled eccentrics. So like lowering the weight at a
Yeah.
good rate is really important. Pauses. I don't know if you're implementing pauses yet, but if you can do pauses, that's really good as well. Um, like, are you
Uh,
doing any of the movements?
no, no pauses. No.
No pauses. Okay, that can be something that we implement like a bit more down the road. Once you're getting to a point where you're like, holy shit, like this is getting heavy here. Like then we can implement some tactics to like get more out of the weight. But like for example, on dumbbell press, I like to pause the dumbbells like for a brief second on my front
Okay.
delt, just because sometimes you're like lifting heavier than you need to because you're using momentum to move the weight. Whereas if you pause, then you take all momentum out of the movement and you know
So
that your muscles are moving.
you you pause and rest the weight on your shoulder,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Just like that. Yeah, right.
Let
Right there. Okay.
me show you actually. Let me show you this because this is good. See how I do like a very brief pause.
Yeah.
I touch it to the front delts, and then I go up.
Okay. Ugh. You got no one
That's
helping
one
you.
thing I've seen really help a lot of my clients as well. Like
No.
just a little brief pause can like make a really big difference because if you're just like going up and down, like it's just like sometimes you're just kind of using momentum, you know?
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah, the controlled eccentrics, the pauses, getting a deep stretch on all the movements, like
Hmm.
using less weight in favor of going deeper. Um, yeah, those are really the main things. Like though, if you just implement those, like you'll use less weight, but you'll get more muscle growth out of the weight. If you're still watching this video and you're a business owner, executive, or professional man between 50 and 65 in the US and you already train, you try to eat well, but you still have a gut you're embarrassed by and you know this has to change, click the link in my description below and book a call. We'll spend 20 minutes mapping out what's keeping you stuck and whether my one-on-one coaching program is the right fit to fix it.